Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Pre-Market News and Views by In the Money Stocks. Today is Monday, March 31st, 2014. This is the final trading day of the month of March. Tomorrow will be the first day of April. So let's see what this market has in store for us. So you'll see that the futures are trading higher this morning by about 9 points to 1859.5 per contract. So it's a pretty decent pop here in the market, especially in this last candle here. You can see pretty big volume coming in, pushing the markets higher. But it's a pretty good start to the day. We'll see how this all shakes out and plays out by the closing bell. Could be a different story by then. But nonetheless, the market is trading higher this morning before the opening bell. It looks like there's going to be a speech made today by the Federal Reserve Chairman Janet Yellen. So she will be making a speech today. I believe it's in Chicago, but I may not be 100% correct there. But Janet Yellen should be making a speech today, so the markets are moving higher in anticipation that she's going to say something good. I have no idea what she's going to say or if she's going to say anything that will even affect the market, but the markets are moving up a little bit in anticipation of that. You also have a stronger dollar yen out there, and that's also helping the markets move higher. So we'll see how this all shakes out today, but I'm not 100% sure that this move will hold, but right now it is pretty strong, so we want to respect it at least at the moment. There's some stocks in the news that we could talk about. Not a big market moving morning, but nonetheless, you do have a stock out there called Cal-Maine Foods. This is one of the world's largest egg producers, and you can see the stock today trading at $56.91. They did report earnings that were much better than expected, but again, the market is not really reflecting that, at least the way the stock is trading at the moment. But I have a level for you to keep on watch. I don't know if it would get down there, but if the stock got to around $51.60, that's what you would look for, a bounce play in this name. So again, I'm not sure we're going to see that. That's a long way down from here. But nonetheless, if it got down to around $51.60, maybe even $51.50, that's your bounce level for Cal-Maine Foods, should the stock trade down to that level. Other than that, there's not a lot we could do with it at the moment. Again, they did report earnings that were better than expected, but the market really is not moving all that much from it. So not much we could do with it at this stage of the game. Let's take a look at Tesla. Tesla looks like they struck a deal with regulators in New York State. So they will be allowed to sell cars in New York. I think New Jersey was the big problem. But nonetheless, it looks like Tesla has reached a deal with New York State, and they agreed how they could sell cars and so forth. So again, Tesla is going to be a market mover. The only level I see for Tesla that really interests me right off the bat is a move down to 194. You get down to 194, I like that level as an intraday bounce area. So again, there's not a lot we could do with Tesla at this stage of the game. Keep it on your radar. If it gets down to 194, then you could look to get involved in that. Let's take a look at General Motors. I believe CEO Mary Barra is going to be testifying on Capitol Hill about a big recall that the company had. Again, it's hard to make a lot out of GM right now, so if you take a look at General Motors stock, until it got down to around $33.35, there's really not a lot we could do with it, but around that level I do think you see an intraday bounce, so you do want to keep that level on your radar. Again, that would be for a move down to $33.37. I don't know if it's going to get there, but if it does get there, that would be a pretty good move and a pretty good level to get involved in this equity. Let's take a look at Novartis. It looks like the company announced that they are going to they're going to end a heart study that they've been doing because the results are so good. Right now, the stock is trading up to $84.48 a share. It closed at $81.59. The stock has upside potentially to around $85.50. So again, give it a little bit more upside here because the stock is a strong gap up. So it can get up as high as $85.50 in my opinion. It may even be $85.75. It's not a stock I would look to short. If you own it, I would just trail your stop loss and try to ride it up to that $85.50 level. Maybe even goes higher. But this is a pretty good move in the equity. It's a big stock, and it's having a pretty good morning. Let's take a look at Johnson & Johnson. They reported some news here as well. Looks like J&J is going to sell off a unit to Carlyle Group for about $4 billion. So that's a pretty big announcement for the most part. Right now, it looks like The stock is trading up a little bit. It closed at 97.44. It's trading at 97.88. I don't know if there's going to be all that much upside here. I guess it could go a little higher. You do have a little 3-day base there, but I'm really not seeing a lot of upside, which tells me most of this news was baked into the cake. So you want to be a little bit on the guarded side here. I wouldn't fade it. I wouldn't short it. This just doesn't seem like the stock that you want to do that with. But nonetheless, I couldn't look for a lot of upside. I think a lot of the news in this spin-off or this deal that they're going to sell a unit to Carlyle Group is pretty much baked into the cake. So I don't think we're going to do a lot with J&J, but if you own it, try your stop loss right around now and see how it all plays out. Let's take a look here at the gold market. Gold looks like it's trading lower by $1.40, so gold is trading down by $1.40. Make that $1.20 to $12.92.90 an ounce. So let's go to the GLD, which is a good way of trading gold, and you'll see here that right now the GLD is trading at 124.56. It basically closed there on Friday. It was up a little bit higher, has come back into that flat line. Again, I think the downside on gold here is very, very limited. I could probably see another 80, 90 cents lower maximum, and then I think gold will find some pretty good support, at least on the GLD. So again, I think the downside in the GLD now is very minimal. Let's take a look at the oil move today. You see an oil down about 20 cents to 101.47 a barrel. Let's go to the all-important USO, which is a good way of trading light sweet crude. That's the type of oil we use here predominantly in the United States. And what you'll see here is trading at around 36.59. Again, it closed at 36.62, so not really a big move whatsoever. Oils remains in a pretty good range. I would not rule out a little bit of a pullback in light sweet crude here at this stage of the game. I think oil is a little bit putting in a pattern now where it does look a little bit long in the tooth, and it should start to pull back a little bit. But again, if it came down to around 34.60, that would probably be a bounce level for USO. So keep that on the radar today. That's pretty much everything that we're seeing so far. It's a little bit of a quieter Monday. Futures are up decently. They're now up 9.5 points, so that's a pretty good move. The dollar yen is also up. That's definitely helping. I don't know if there's much more upside in the dollar yen here. I don't think there is. But nonetheless, this morning before the opening bell, markets are kind of in jubilee mode here for at least for the session so far. We'll see how it shakes out by the end of the trading day. But today is the final day in the month of March, so maybe there's a little bit of window dressing going on here. I'm not 100% sure, but that sometimes is the case. And then tomorrow things will, I believe, they'll change a little bit and start to shift a little bit. But we'll see how it all plays out. With that said, everybody, I want to wish you all a great trading day, and we will see you on the charts. Take care now.